It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
Shh, listen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world. Polkas After Dark. This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now. Polkas After Dark. It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's all good because you guys are here with us.
And we're here with you
On Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. And welcome as we get a chance in just a little while to chat with two fantastic people. You're getting a twofer today, a BOGO, buy one, get one. We're going to be talking live with Tommy Wanderlich and his lovely bride.
Felicia.
Felicia DeKarski. No, that's fine.
I was checking the coloring on the picture.
Oh, I'm not worried about that right now.
At.
Yeah, we
you
either
can't
look
tell we
gray
have these
or
really great pink shirts on today.
Yeah, well,
they don't look as great on the camera. That's why I was just. But
well,
they're really great.
Maybe we'll get some decent cameras at some point along the way. Although my buddy Sean, out there in Pendleton, North Tonawanda area, he says that maybe that'll all change once we upgrade the processor, which is coming real soon. Hey, we want to say hi to Pete Chacho. He's here. Audrey Pelchinsky, happy 39th anniversary once again to you and your hubby, kiddo. Wow, 39 years. That is amazing. God bless you. You guys are doing something right, that's for sure. Also, we're going to say hi to Sherry Kozlowski-Olszewski. Hello to you, Sherry. Good gosh. Hey, we've got Carol Michalski here. Hi, Carol. Chris Curtis from Ohio is tuning in. Marie Dipiatic, howdy to you. We're also going to say hi to Linda P., Linda Petrozeski, Ted and Deborah Kliss are here with us. Long time no see, kids. Glad to see that you're here. Also, our lovely gal out in Indiana, Ashley Torres. Hi, Ash, and welcome to Polkas After Dark. Jill Urich is here. And let's see, who else? She's at Linda P. is at Carolyn's house.
Yeah.
I'll be doggone. So hello to Carolyn. Hello to Danny. We just mentioned our buddy Sean. And also, yes, to Jenny, too. We're going to say hello to her if she's around. Hey, so we mentioned that we're going to be talking pretty. What are you doing here? We going to a huddle?
No, I'm sorry. I was adjusting my ice pack.
Football's over for right now.
No, I was adjusting my ice pack.
Okay, good.
Hike!
Hey, here we go. Tommy Wanderlich and Felicia on an amazing tune off of that Praise in Polkas recording. Here's one called I Believe.
Sunrise in the morning, when I feel the wind across my face, when I hear the sound of children
got Tommy and Felicia starting us off here on Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Hey, we are so glad that you guys decided to join us here today. I think Carolyn and Danny were up in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they were as well.
And I'm sure they had a great time. Gonna say hello to Dave Zhenka. He is here. Hello to you, Dave. Let's see, who else is here? Dawn Marie Danielski. Good afternoon. Good evening to you, Dawn. Bernadette Gordon. She's always here when she can make it. Hey, Debbie Rymanowski. Hello to you. Captain and Debbie are listening today. We're going to send a shout out to Jerry, though, too. Hey, but let's see.
We're also going to say hello to Tommy and Sharon Golden.
Yeah.
And Jane Pfeiffer. She said she's finally able to listen to a live show. She's been super busy lately.
Aww.
And she loves the pink shirts. Why, thank you. We've
now-
also got Bobby Calvert with us today. We missed you yesterday. We were talking about you.
Yes, we were. His ears were probably burning, and that's why he's tuning in today, because, Bobby, we had mentioned not only are we interviewing Tommy Wanderlich and Felicia DeKarski today, but next week, Saturday, a real good friend, probably one of your best friends, is joining us Saturday evening for a chat session, and that is the world-famous Rich Benkowski. He's going to be on talking about hosting the jam session at Seven Springs, and we're talking about the Litwin Jam. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and bring up another couple of tunes here real quick before we get the Wanderlichs and the DeKarskis on the telephone. Here's a song that Tommy did. It was originally done by Phil Collins, and he did this with John Gura. Also, he did it with the News. But here's JG's version, John Gura. Here's one called Follow You, Follow Me. Hey, howdy to Tom Spillman, also to Jane Romero. Hello to you. Thanks, Don.
With me, my love, I hope you'll always be right here by my side. If ever I need you, oh my love, in your arms, I feel so safe and so secure. Every day is such a perfect day to spend alone with you. I will follow you. Will you follow me all the days and nights that we know will be? I will stay with you. Will you stay with me? Just one single tear in each passing year. There will be. With the dark, I see so very clearly now. All my fears are drifting by me so slowly now, fading away. Well, I can say the night is long, but you are here, close at hand. Oh, better far that smile you give. And while I live, I will follow you. Will you follow
The only way to do it, that's John Gora and Gorale from Canada. And that's one called Follow You, Follow Me, Mr. Tommy Wanderlich on the concertina. Also, of course, on the vocals right there for you. We're going to say hello to the one, the original, because now there's two in my life. Sorry, Judy. But Juju is here. Hello to you, Juju Vishneski. And we are so happy to see you here on Polkas After Dark. We've got a pretty good crowd here so far. Also going to say hi to Joe and Jennifer Puma. They stop in every once in a while when they can. When they're bored and have nothing else to do on a Sunday afternoon and it's hot outside and they're in the air-conditioned house sipping probably pina coladas or margaritas or whatever. So welcome to you guys. Hey, Jennifer is here also, and Connie, little Connie is here. So we want to say howdy to you folks. Hey, how about we get another song featuring Mr. Wanderlich on the vocal before we switch it over and get something else by the lovely Ms. DeKarski. Here is one by The News, one called Mud on the Tires.
Big news, the Mac finally came through, and I'll hold the keys to a brand new Chevrolet. If you've been outside, it sure is a nice night, and how about a little test drive down by the lake? Well, there's a place I know about, the dirt road runs out, and we can try out the four-wheel drive. Come on now, what do you say? Girl, I can hardly wait to get a little mud on those tires. Cause if you look night, to be out there soaking up the moonlight, take on a little piece of short line. I've got the perfect place in mind. It's in the middle of nowhere, only one way to get there. You gotta get a little mud on those tires. Moonlight on a duck blind, catfish on a trot line. Sunset's about 9, it's time to hear. We can throw a blanket down, cricket singing in the background, and more stars than you can count on a night this clear. I'll tell you what we need to do, grab a sleeping bag or two, build us a little campfire. Y'all be nice, then with a little luck, we might as well just put a little mud on the sides. Cause it's a good night, get out there soaking up the moonlight, take on a little piece of short line. Cause I got the perfect place in mind. It's in the middle of nowhere, only one way to get there. You gotta get a little mud on those tires. Come on! Then with a little luck, you might well just let's get a little mud on those tires.
time to make plans for the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Join us August 6th through the 9th for Summer Music Fest 2025. 4 days with some of the nation's most popular polka bands, including Polka Family, Frankie Lischka and Blue Magic, polka country musicians, Lenny Gomulka and the Chicago Push, New Brass Express, Stephanie, America's Polka Sweetheart, Dennis Plisky and the Maestro's Men, John Gura and Gorali, Buffalo's Concertina All-Stars, Michael Costa and the Beat, Jimmy Weber and the Sounds, and the Dynaversa Stick Tonaires, held in the huge 28,000 square foot Harvey Kern Pavilion with the biggest dance floor around. Music, drinks, food, friends, and fun are all part of Frankenmuth, Michigan's #1 tourist attraction and one of the nation's premier polka events, the Summer Music Fest. For all the information, go to frankenmuthfestivals.com or call us at 1-800-FUN-FEST. The Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan, August 6th through the 9th. The Summer Music Fest is brought to you in part by Drury Hotels and Fabiano Brothers.
Oh, yeah, Summer Music Fest, Frankenmuth, Michigan. If you're planning on going, make your reservations. Kids, remember, we always say this. If you make your reservations and you can't go for one reason or another, you can always cancel them or give the room to somebody else. But if you don't make your reservations and you want to go and you drive out there and you're driving around aimlessly because you can't find a hotel to stay at, shame on you. Hey, polka music at its finest. We are going to interrupt this special program because we talked with Joe Zaleski, and the guys in the band The Dynabrass have released another brand new song.
Yay!
And it is called Wake Me Up. And you guys will remember this. This was done originally by
A guy
and a girl, right? There was two.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay, well, I don't
Whoever
think
they
it
are.
was. I don't think it was that. Well, listen, anyhow, we want to make sure we get this one under your belts today. Here's one called Wake Me Up. Hello to Teresa Wendt, also to Jen Tucker-Pianowski, and Aubrey.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser
tune, but then again, what a hot band, the Dyna Brass. They performed over there in Ocean Beach, Connecticut. They're going to be all over the place. We're going to be advertising something about Seven Springs here shortly. Also, we're going to be advertising, well, not us, but Kenny Olowin's going to be talking a little bit about Zabava, which everybody is going to. But you know where else people are going to, Jerry?
The Buffalo Polka Boosters 55th Annual Summer Picnic on Sunday, July 13th, 2025 from 2 until 7 p.m. Speaking of 7, that's the name of the band that's going to be entertaining us.
Jeez.
We're going to all be at Clocks Grove at 1245 Seneca Creek Road in West Seneca, New York, 14224, in case you need it for your GPS. Members are $35, guests are $40, children up to the age of 12 are free. Ticket price includes music, food, beer, soda, and water, and beer, and music, and food, and water. So, food will be served from 3 until 6 p.m. Hamburgers, hot dogs, Italian sausage with peppers and onions, watermelon, chef salad, and homemade macaroni salad. You've got about 8 days to get your tickets yet, so give Chris a call at 716-771-1076 or give Tom a call at 716-395-3110. Pre-sale tickets only, limited number of tickets are available. No tickets sold after June 30th. No tickets will be sold at the door, no exceptions, and there is an additional cash bar available if you want something other than beer.
Yay, good for you. You got through that very well. Chris Tansky, Sharon, all those folks will be so happy that you did that. So
It's
nice.
about time.
And I did talk to Tommy Golden at 10 o'clock this morning.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked
And
to
he
Tom.
said he only had one call at 3?
He only had one call at 3 a.m.
I thought I heard
and
that.
it was, I can't remember the person's name, but he said they were very nice and they purchased 12 tickets. So
Nice,
that was
very
kind
nice.
of cool, too. So these tickets are going fast, kids. You do know that. Hey, it's time for me to get the Wanderlichs and DeKarskis
Yay.
on the telephone. So while we do that, you check this out.
On Memorial Day week 24, Robin and Jerry Pegg attended the United States Polka Association Convention and Festival in Cleveland, Ohio. On the morning of the 25th, at the banquet, they were presented the IJDJ of the Year Award for 2023. This is a very prestigious award given to IJs and DJs who promote polka music as well as the bands who perform it.
And on May 24th of 2025, they were again honored at the banquet as being the IJDJs of the Year for 2024 by the USPA.
These kids love to support the music and entertain their viewing and listening audiences all across the globe every Saturday night for 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time and Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. All broadcasts are live from their home studios.
On their Sunday broadcasts, they get to interview well-known band leaders and musicians from all over the U.S. and Canada. Now sit back and watch, relax and listen, or dance around the house, garage, pool, or wherever you're tuning in from as Rob and Jerry are here with Polkas After Dark once more as...
It's another live broadcast special edition with Polkas After Dark. And now your hosts, your United States Polka Association Award, winning IJs, DJs of the Year, for 2 consecutive years, 2023 and 2024, here's Rob and Jerry.
Yes, sirree, and that was awesome that they did that. There's a couple of goof ups in there, but the
it's
goof
funny.
ups aren't their fault. It's our fault because it's
You wrote
AI.
too tight.
We typed some stuff in, and it was just okay, like United State instead of United States. So the first go around, but again, that was a typo. My fault that I sent that over. But hey, you know what? We have Tommy Wanderlich
Yay.
and Felicia DeKarski on the live line here. Guys, can you hear us?
Hey, Robin. Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
What's going on, Pegs?
Hey.
We are doing okay, I guess. I cannot complain, Felicia. Thanks so much. And listen, we know you guys have super busy schedules, the both of you, but you also have been having some pretty nice weather there, too. So that is really good. Before we get to the hardcore questions, tell us, Tommy, what it's like to live in Arizona, because Jerry and I are jelly.
You know, good question. I get that one a lot. And the thing I always say is I should have done it like 10 years before I did because I like it a lot. But hey, we also want to say, hey, thank you guys for setting this up. You're right, Robin. We've been chasing each other down for quite a while. So
a couple of years,
thanks
as
for
a
taking
matter
the time
of fact.
here. Yeah. And a big congratulations to you and Jerry. Come on, you guys. Congratulations again on the USPA IJ Award. Well deserved. We know what it takes to put on one of these shows, man. And it's a lot of work, and you guys put the time and effort in. So congrats again from both of us.
Yeah, huge congrats. Year 2 in the books. We'll see if next year's a 3-peat.
That would be kind of cool. We'd love to see that. And Felicia, how long have you been living in Arizona? Because you're a transplant from Jersey, gal.
I am. I think I might be out here longer than New Jersey. You know, New Jersey will always be my true home, but
Sure.
AZ is where it's at. I moved in 95. My sister Diane was out this way, and I used to come out here on winter, spring break when I was going to Kane College. And then when I finished school, I packed up and moved out.
Wow.
And been here since.
That's great. And it's so nice to get a chance to see you and set eyes on Mom and your sis out here.
I know. They showed
came
up
out the
for the
pots.
news reunion.
Yeah. And Tommy, that was a great time. You know that. Shame that Mr. Burka wasn't able to join us all out there, but you know, he had some issues which we all knew about, and just so
Right.
So great that he was part of the news period. You and Tommy Picciano kind of were the circuit, the main circuit of that band, the nucleus, if you will. And boy, I'll tell you what, the songs that you guys wrote together, you performed on stage together, it's just totally amazing. We cannot
I appreciate
believe
it
at all.
I appreciate it, Robin. Mike was super unique. You've known him as long as I did. You've known him, 40 years.
Yeah.
He's a great singer, highly underrated, man. He slid under the radar, but I thought Mike was a great singer.
Yeah.
Mike was one of those guys, Robin. He'd have 200 ideas, and maybe 15 were good, but they were brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we'd work on those, and we all miss him. And if I'm telling you, obviously without him, there'd be no news. And for people that know the story, without Mike, there's no Felicia and I. So that's I miss him, and I got a chance to tell him that. A couple months ago, I got the chance to tell him that. So I thanked him for that.
That is great. Hey, while you just let the cat out of the bag, tell us when you and Felicia first met. Because there's picture, Tommy, I got to tell you, we're showing pictures like we always do, and there's a picture of you and Felicia. What were you, like 12 and 14? I mean, some of these are wow.
Yeah, that was just an interesting gig. I'll sum it up real quick. We played a fill-in gig, me and Burka. We played a fill-in gig with John Gouda at the Pines Hotel, and everybody, that's the Catskills, central New York area. So we did a 2-dayer there, and we're playing the morning slot, like 11 in the morning till like 1 in the afternoon or 2 or something. And I just happened to spot Felicia dancing, and I introduced myself, and I met her in 1992.
Oh, wow.
And then, like she said, she moved in 95.
Yeah.
So that's how I met her, and then got to see her at the Pulaski Club, I think for the first time. Was it with the News or Gouda?
I think it was Gouda, maybe 2008 or 2009. It had been 20-something years. And
wow.
It was like Cupid just reshot that arrow even harder this time. And the rest is history.
That is
and
great.
That's it, yeah.
It really
we love
is.
it. It's great, Robin. So thanks for that.
Hey, Tom, I'm sure we are going to be touching about a lot of stuff. We mentioned Felicia's mom and sister, and of course, we're going to be talking a little bit and reminiscing about Mama Wanderlich, and we can't forget Dad. I moved into town, into Buffalo in 1983, and I was over at your house. I think it was on Wood, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wood Avenue. Sonny lived right next door. So Mom and Dad had the 214, and Sonny was in the place next door.
Yeah. And I remember coming over there, and your dad was an exceptional musician, trumpet player. And, the whole Wanderlich family, I could go on and on and on about you and Sonny and Johnny, some of the stuff that you guys played. And oddly enough, Johnny sent me a waltz that you guys did Matka Waltz with
Oh, boy.
Gura. And I have all three of the Wanderlich brothers on that recording, which we're going to be playing a little bit later on. But tell us a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Tell us a little bit about when you first heard your first polka, and I think it's going to reflect on all three brothers. But now, are you the youngest?
Yeah, I am. Sonny and
Youngest of
Johnny
the
are
three.
2 years apart, and I was 10 years from Sonny and 8 from Johnny. So
Okay. All right, gotcha.
they kind of grew up together, and I was kind of a little bit after.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, how old were you when you heard your first polka song?
Gosh, it's hard to remember when I heard it, but I know by
No, I want
3 or
Tommy. I
4.
want the exact date, the
Yeah,
exact
you got
date
it.
and time. Okay. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Man, I'll tell you. By 3 or 4, there was a set of drums in the house. And I remember banging on those, but Mom was like, "No, we got to pick something else." And the clearest memories I got of what I wanted to play, there was all kinds of stuff laying around the house, Robin. There's trumpet, accordion, Dad had the organ set up, drums. There was always something laying around the house. But I got to tell you, my good buddy, in Buffalo, I was 8. And it was just after the G-Notes At Last recording was released.
Oh.
And I stood in front of Johnny Karas,
Oh, yeah.
and I watched him play it from like 2 feet away from the sax. I mean, I stood right from, that's it. 2 weeks later, I had an alto sax, and I wanted to play sax. So Johnny Karas, my good buddy. That was the first real hard, that's what I want to do.
Oh, that is great. Holy smokes. And, again, my ADD is going to be kicking in this entire time, so I'm going to be going back and forth with Mom. But I can remember times heading over to your house, and Mom would always want to feed everybody. When I was with the Dynatones, and Sonny, of course, was with the Dynatones, with Mikey Yvonne and Al and Scrubby and Nige.
Ask Jackie Libera about Mom always feeding those guys with maestros, man.
But it's great. But then also, it was so nice in her later years. This lady was out videotaping every single band she could. And you guys have a huge collection. I do know that. I don't know if Mike Charney got a hold of any of those or not, but I'm sure you guys have them somewhere stashed.
I do have a collection of those, or I guess a spindle. I have like a spindle of stuff that I can tell that's Mom's writing.
Yeah.
So I do have a spindle of DVDs that I got to go through. Yeah, Johnny would be a great resource for that. And usually, it's not mostly out of town stuff. It's usually whoever came into Buffalo, Mom would grab.
Well, it's kind of funny you say that because Cheektowaga Town Park, I would always see her there, give her a big hug, because she was kind of like my adopted mom later on in life, as you know. And she would always say, "Here, I got something for you." Mm-hmm. And she always handed me DVDs. I mean, again, the time, the effort that she put into stuff was just truly, truly amazing. What a wonderful gal, and I'm so sorry that we lost her at an early age too. But we've got pictures of all kinds of stuff with you and Mom and your two bros in here as well. The collage just keeps going back and forth.
Awesome.
And I also now have to say this. You, Sonny, and Johnny not only did polka music, I mean, you guys were all over the place with your music. And you were so creative in a lot of stuff, all three of you, that you guys did a lot of shows yourselves, just the three of you. And
a couple little known facts. I mean, just before we started that adventure of playing by ourselves, we luckily, Sonny, Johnny, and I played for a couple years with Tony Krupski and the Crew Brothers. So it was Tony, his two sons, Buddy and Kevin, and then me, Sonny, and Johnny in the Crew Brothers. It was great. I got some great tapes of that, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh boy!
And then we wanted to do something else, so Sonny left, and then Johnny and I left, and then shortly after that, we did form Tape 3.
Tape 3,
and another band after that called 3 for All, and it was just, you're right, it was just the three of us, and we were doing top 40 commercial, and that was fun as heck. But playing with the Crew Brothers, that was a joy as well. A lot of good weddings, a lot of good gigs. Learned a lot about playing commercial music from Tony.
Well,
Robin.
Yeah, I'll bet you did. He was a fantastic guy as well. And, to say that the Wanderlichs grew up with polka music, period, end of sentence. But to be able to hear them take contemporary songs and manipulate them, and a lot of times sound exactly like the band that recorded it, which was sick for 3 guys. I mean, you guys had like a drum machine and stuff like that, if I remember, right?
Sure.
A rhythm track.
Right, of course. Yeah, we tried to not use anything but that. So there's just the drum machine, all the bass playing, everything else was real.
Yeah.
And it was it's still fun to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you and the missus are so creative there in your home studio. I haven't seen it in person, but some of the pictures that you have sent out, it's like, wow. But you guys get a chance to do a lot of singing together. And now I'm going to kind of direct this to Felicia. Felicia, I got to ask you something. Where in the hell did you get that voice?
I don't know. Just growing up, my dad always had country music, bluegrass, polkas. Music was always blasting in the house. And I just took after him, and especially standing next to him in church, my dad was always grabbing the harmonies on the songs, and just naturally, I guess I went to it. So I really have to give that big credit to my dad.
To Daddy, wow.
Yes.
And what did Dad play? Dad played some instruments, right?
He played guitar. He would play spoons, and he was quite the whistler. So as a little kid, I just remember watching him whistle, going, one of these days, I'm going to pick up on it. And I did. And I knew I was good when my mom thought it was him whistling and it was me.
Beautiful.
The torch had been passed.
Now let me also ask you this, Felicia. Do you play any instruments yourself?
Yes, I played saxophone. I played.
Imagine that.
I didn't know that.
In 5th grade through sophomore year, even had a few solos in marching band.
Oh, wow.
And then I hung up the sax to go back to cheerleading. It had a better uniform than the band uniform.
Yeah, probably that might have been a little more attractive. That's true, than wearing those stupid big hats. Holy smokes! Hey,
the hat wasn't good for my hair. Trust me, Rob.
Hey, Tom.
Gary knows what I'm talking about. The hair has to be right.
Oh, yeah, exactly. She stepped away for a second. She usually will attempt to prepare dinner for us for the after the 7 o'clock hour here on the East Coast when we are finished with the show. So she'll pop some stuff in the pressure cooker, and then we'll throw stuff on the grill after that. But so she stepped away, but she will be coming back here in just a couple of minutes. Hey, Also, Tommy, I know you have a lot of favorite genres of music. Do you have something special, particular, that you like to listen to when you're not listening to polkas?
Yeah, we do it all the time. We got the XM subscriptions and all that kinds of fancy stuff.
Oh.
But I still gravitate toward 80s stuff, some 90s stuff, 70s classic rock, the Boston and Styx and Kansas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Older country, Robin. 70s, 80s, 90s country. I think Felicia would say the same.
Oh yeah, we were. I just had Bang and the Twang on outside at poolside, and you'd be surprised. A lot of polka remakes from those original country. Country songs.
Oh, tons of them. So we like listen to the conversions, and when you can compare the version that you heard 30 years ago to the new polka.
Yeah.
And I recently found, like, when we're outside by the pool, like, Robin, tempos, man, like a 108, not like 110, like a 108 tropical house music is great. You can polka dance to it.
Yeah.
So we found that now. I love it.
Oh, and I know there's a video of you that Felicia did earlier on, and then, of course, a little bit recent, where you're dancing in the kitchen, and that was kind of priceless.
Several videos, Robin. I got quite a few of those.
And that's either before we're doing the show or after the show.
I think that's a little fireball as well.
Oh, boy. That is totally crazy. So how about you, Felicia? Are you of the same cut there, that's the kind of music you enjoy as well? So I take it that's probably why the two of you get together. so well.
80s, 90s music, 90s hair. You know, I'm still all about that. My all-time favorite, Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny, going to school, everybody was into Bon Jovi, and they were just never my thing. Huey Lewis and the News. And you hear Tower of Power horns, you hear the harmony.
Yep.
That's my all-time favorite.
And when I moved out here, I think it was the very first year I was here,
Yes.
I found out he was playing Scottsdale. We got on the floor. We were like second to third row.
No.
He comes out, Robin. She reaches out her hand. Within 10 seconds, bam, a smack from Huey. Loved it.
I was the first one of the crowd, so even Huey knew
It was great.
what team I'm on.
Wow. Hey, Felicia, I'm going to pick your brain now just a little bit. And you did a Christmas song, and again, we're going to be playing a bunch of these after the discussion here. But you did some really nice stuff, not only with Tommy, but also with that kid from New Jersey. What the heck's Sebastian DeKarski.
The one with the mustache.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The mustache and the glasses now. Which I don't even think he needs to use glasses. I think he just uses those for appearance sake. But it's kind of like a prop. But man, it's something else. So tell us what it was like to record. Now, did he come to Arizona? Did you go out to Jersey to record this, or how did you guys accomplish this recording?
We actually recorded it separately, and initially it was getting near holiday time, and Tommy and I wanted to sing a duet. So you're trying to determine what song are we going to sing, and When Christmas Comes to Town was just top on my list. And we got in the studio, and Tommy was just like, these parts are too high for me.
I do it all the time, Robin. I get a song recorded, and then I just can't sing it. So we have to start looking for something.
No, so Tommy tells me, well, you just have to sing the entire song. And I said, no, it has to be a duet. It has to be just right. And slight argument, and then the song sat
just
for a year. Yeah, song sat for a year, and then I have to give credit to Jilly Cherniak. I think it was just COVID time. She was one of the first Polka Peeps running an event in Ohio, and she was Facebook Live, and there's the beat. Seabass is singing, and I swear this giant light bulb went off above my head, and I said to Tommy, I got it. It's Seabass. He has to sing the part.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we did. And then we contacted his dad. You know Mike Bukowski.
I sure do, very well.
Yeah, we contacted his dad, and we said, got an idea for you. And we sent some parts via Facebook to get him familiar with it. He said, I'll do it. And then Michael booked the studio out there and took the kid in. His first studio experience was doing that.
Okay, now, Tommy, I'm going to interrupt you here because a lot of people that are tuning in don't understand what you are talking about. How can somebody record something in one studio and be able to match it up with another studio? You and I know, and Felicia, that there are other bands that do that, but explain to the people that are on the show today how that's actually accomplished. Would you do that?
I can sure do that. And thank you guys for the question. Thank you all for listening. And I'll try on this one. So when nobody's using tape recorders or tape anymore. We're all using computers.
Yeah.
So when you record on a computer, everybody knows what an MP3 file is.
Sure.
But the good quality version of an MP3 is called a WAV file. So any computer can play WAV files. So I can send you the whole song in one WAV file, or I could send you every individual part in a WAV file. So we did that via Dropbox. The engineer in Jersey was able to give me his email. So I'd send him some particular tracks. He would record Seabass, send me those back, and I would load them up into my computer, and that's it.
How do you mix that stuff, though? I mean, are there any tempo changes or inflections or anything like that, or fluctuations, I should say? Or how do you do that?
Nowadays, you can sync it up with a click track. If everybody knows what a click track is, it keeps tempo behind the song just in the form of a click.
I should have used those during the Dynatones days.
Well, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I should have used those during the Dynatones days, the click track.
Chatbots wouldn't have let you use those. But anyway, once we got Seabass's parts back, we were astounded, and we thanked him. So thank you again, Seabass, Mike, for hooking that up. And
I remember when we got the clip sent to us, I think via email or Facebook Messenger, already Seabass hit this one note, and Tommy and I looked at each other, and both of our eyes were filled up.
Yeah.
And we were like, this kid is fantastic. Huge, huge fan. He's so wonderful.
Yeah, so that's how that all started, and it took about 2 weeks to get it done, and we got it done just in time for Christmas.
Wow, that is perfect. Now,
and then Tommy, I know he said he couldn't hit the parts, but he nailed the sax part. So big kudos to you.
Oh yeah, well, he's we always say this: if Tommy were to put his mind to something, and he keeps practicing, the saxophone is probably going to be a good instrument for him moving forward. It really is.
Robin, imagine if Tommy knew how to read music. He does not read music.
Yes.
It's all by feel and vibe, and that's another thing that just makes him so special with his playing ability. Really.
Now, Tommy, what all do you play? I know you play sax, clarinet, trumpet, concertina. What else do you play? Oh, and keyboard. What else do you play?
Yeah, little keyboards. Bass is fun. I'm a frustrated drummer, Robin. I love to get behind a kit, but the dexterity, and I just get confused. And, so I'm a frustrated drummer. I'd love to get better on drums. I don't know. Right now, I'm doing a lot of keyboard stuff, learning how to play guitar parts on keyboards with the synthesizers now, and because that's how a lot of people are making all these songs. It isn't bands much anymore.
Yeah.
For commercial work or any sort of that. It's one guy putting his ideas together. So I'm set up there, and we have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, and I actually have to say this: AI is something that's brand new to a lot of people. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened, and probably the worst thing that ever happened to a lot of things.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey, Felicia, do you have a favorite song that you like to sing when you're on the stage, especially with the news? I mean, you came up and just lit that stage up at Potts Banquet Hall for that reunion, but do you have a favorite song that you like to sing when you're up on stage with a band, any band?
I have to say, news has been the one to just primarily bring me up, and I don't know how they do it because I was pretty nervous. I had to just shake it off and focus on my mom up there and Diane, my sister.
Yeah.
Hot News Show was a lot of fun. It was great to get
Polish
vocals. I know we got the lyrics from Jackie, and I just thought, number one, I didn't have a sheet in front of me, so everything was from memory, and I go, I hope my pronunciation was okay.
Yeah.
I think you did okay.
Right.
Yeah, good.
And I got to throw, when we did the cruise just this past year with PCM, and that was a heck of a lot of good time.
Yeah.
And it was good. Chris Bogdan brought Felicia up to sing with them on the tune that we kind of used AI to put her vocals on.
Oh.
And that worked out really fun. So that was a joy for me to watch her sing with them.
Awesome. And, Jerry has taken a little bit of a break from being the kitchen host. She's sitting next to me, Felicia, but Felicia was talking a little bit about the 70s and 80s hair and 80s and 90s hair. And she says, Jerry, you know what that's all about.
That little Farrah Fawcett thing going on.
Yeah,
I had it, absolutely.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah. I had the picture of the poster of Farrah Fawcett in my bed. Wait, was it Farrah Fawcett? No. That might have been.
Wait, do you still have that in your bedroom?
No.
No, I made him take it down.
I made a mistake.
I had a girl.
I made a mistake.
I had it too.
Yeah, no, I made a mistake.
I had a poster of Tom Selleck in my bedroom, so I have that mustache.
See, there you go.
I always bring up Seabass's mustache, I guess.
Oh, geez. No, it wasn't Farrah Fawcett poster that I had in my bedroom. It was Alice from the Brady Bunch. That's what it was now.
Nice.
That's exactly what it was, yes. Hey, kids, I can't believe that we have been on the phone for almost a half an hour already, but do you guys have, other than your wedding day, do you guys have a memorable event that you guys attended and you maybe either played or, you guys were on a cruise recently too, weren't you?
Yeah, we just went on the Bruce Cruise. Mary Rose, Wally, they did a fabulous job.
Yes, they do.
I'm telling you, every night it was PCM and the News reunion guys playing, and you just didn't want the evening to end.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job, and I say that was very memorable because at one point the News did bring up Deborah Bison, Emily Bison. They both sang 2 tunes from Praise and Polkas.
Yeah.
And then they brought up Tommy and I to sing I Believe. And I had chills. Just really, really spectacular and special.
Yeah, that is so great. Hey, Tommy,
Cheers
besides Dad, okay? Besides Dad, I'm going to ask you this. Who did you idolize growing up? And it could have been any musician in any band, any genre, or it could have maybe been a non-musician. Who did you particularly idolize?
Yeah, well, for me, obviously, it was Johnny Kadash initially. And then as you start getting exposed to more music, Lenny Gomulka, of course. And, being able to meet these guys and then converse with them throughout the years has just been priceless. So everything Lenny plays, you catch him on Friday, it's different on Saturday, and then he changed the whole thing up on Sunday. So he's always been a great inspiration. So those 2 guys particularly. Yeah. And then again, as you go further along, you meet all these other people. And I was starting to learn concertina and met Paulie Fadala, and he blew me away. And I was like, okay, there's a lot of good players out here, So that was like 1982 when I met him, and you're playing with Dynatones 83. You were over a ton at Sonny's house. So I'm mingling with you guys, and you and Al and Mike and Nige and Scrub. And so come on, it was a great time to grow up. So didn't have to look far.
And it was
locally right there in Buffalo.
It was so nice too. Now you're speaking about Sonny, God rest his soul, but he was just a class act. He and Yvonne would practice, let's see, there's 24 hours in a day. I'd probably say 23 hours and 45 minutes, and maybe take a 15-minute sleep break or eat and pick the horns back up again. But I'll tell you what, their horn work together was phenomenal. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, did Sonny read music?
No, he could initially do it, but any of those parts that him and Mike are playing, because I remember that on practicing a ton. Yeah, they're all just remembering that.
Yeah.
And there's some great tapes. Charney put up a video recently, them playing on the East Coast somewhere. The horn works great. It was short-lived. What'd you guys do? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years?
Yes.
But it was great.
Yes, and also Johnny had sent me a lot of stuff through the years with the Father Justin Knights of Columbus recording.
That's a beauty. That's a beautiful one.
It sure is, especially with me on drums and Nigel just going off, and at the end of the oberek, Mike Yvonne turns around and says, "Where's the fire?"
I know exactly the tape.
Do you remember that? It's like, that was fast, dude.
I do, and you guys were playing with Lenny. I remember that night, and that's a 4-track recording. No
yes,
dub.
It is.
That's just 4-track live. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's just gorgeous stuff, most definitely. As a matter of fact, I've talked to Johnny sporadically, and I told him, I says, we got to get you on to do an interview because Johnny would have a lot of stuff, and Johnny's just, people don't know this, but he's a very modest guy. He just likes playing his music and whatever. He doesn't want the recognition. He doesn't like the recognition. But the thing is, he is somebody that really deserves the recognition. And maybe you and Felicia can chat with him at some point and say, Johnny, you got to get on there. Just let your hair down and talk. And
what he's got left of it.
Yeah, that's true. All of us for that fact.
He won't like I said that.
Boy,
it's got to go somewhere.
Absolutely.
And Felicia, I'm going to ask you that one same question there, kiddo. Who did you idolize growing up?
Absolutely Happy Louie.
Nice.
That's the first polka dance that my parents ever took me to, and I was just mesmerized with him. And he kind of reminded me of my dad. I thought he kind of looked like him, so I think there was an extra love, a little bit of love there for Louie, but just He was fantastic, and I wouldn't go to any other dance, only Happy Louie, and Vilcha would always bring my sister and I up on stage. And, you know, they remembered our names. They dedicated songs to us. They just made us feel extra special. So they definitely have a special spot in my heart.
And Robin, I got to comment on Louie a little bit too, because through the years, you know, I spent mostly playing with the Chicago bands and liking that style of music, right? I didn't get a chance to hear Louie much. So now, being with Felicia for the past 10 years, she's introduced me to a ton of it. Unbelievable how spectacular he was. And then the videos, the crowds that he would draw were unbelievable, and I really didn't know it. So a shout out to Louie. He was amazing. He was.
You know, and it's funny that you're saying that, because he was kind of like a Wanda and Stephanie as far as the crowd draw. Because Wanda and Stephanie, Louie, you know, they drew people not only out of town and out of state, but when they played local, those places were packed.
Yep.
And
I miss all those crowds, Robin.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, Tom.
But man, oh man, I just didn't know. Louie he had him, man. He had him by the, you know.
I don't know. I think I still got to work on Tommy with the figure dances. So I'll have to set up my camera, and maybe we can work out a little Bumpsy Daisy.
Yeah, a little Louie medley.
Ooh, the domino, the Bumpsy Daisy. Yeah, if
Swing
you
and
get
that, Silver Slipper.
If you get that, we've got to have that video, and we've got to play it on one of our Saturday or Sunday shows. That's for sure.
All right, I will work on that.
Hey, Tom, how about you? Do you have a favorite song that you like to play or sing? And you know, you've sung so many songs. It's probably a tough question for you to answer.
It is. That's a toughie. I mean, anything on sax. I mean, I still love sax clarinet or playing the Gouda songs. I'll say this with Gouda, always enjoyed playing his obetics, because I've never heard any of them before. So we're always could like work them out ourselves, and there's a lot of minor key stuff. For any of the news originals too, I enjoyed a lot of our original stuff that Mike wrote and or Andy wrote, that we all wrote. I enjoyed that stuff the most. You know what? I'll tell one story.
Yeah,
We're playing Milwaukee, because Milwaukee just finished, and it was me at the afternoon slot, so it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're on stage, and we're playing My First Kiss, an original written by Elsie Burke and me.
Yeah.
So we're playing the song, and you know the crowd in Milwaukee, it's all over the place. It's not just polka people, right? But off to the side, I must have saw this woman, if I get her age wrong, I'm sorry, she's probably in her 60s. She knew every word, and this is like 2006, and I'm like, how does somebody know an original like that? So I just remember it was a good feeling to have somebody singing your song.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and I want to jump in, because I told you that my ADD kicks in and I'm all over the place, but some folks said they wanted to make sure that we acknowledged and said hello to you from them, and that, of course, is Linda and Royce Plata. They said make sure that you tell them hello from us.
You got it right, Linda and Royce.
No, it's Royce and Linda.
See, you're going to do this, Robin and Jerry and Robin, and then the Pegs. Oh, boy, you guys are sick. But that's probably why we love you so much. Hey, and, you know, again, I appreciate, and Jerry appreciates you guys taking the time on a Sunday afternoon. You got a beautiful pool that you can, you know, hang out with. In and, you know, sipping drinks. Jerry and I just put a pool in a couple of years ago. It's an inflatable. It's about 8 feet high, but, you know, it's just a lot of fun just having that. And
8 inches. It's not 8 feet. It's the little one.
The little. Okay. Yeah. That's it. But anyhow, I love seeing the pictures of your backyard. You had like, what was it? Not a lizard, not a gecko. What was it that you had in the backyard there for a while?
Oh, the Roadrunner?
Roadrunner, that's right.
We have a Roadrunner that kept coming by every day, and I was feeding him bread. We got an interesting wildlife around here. Woodpeckers, got a couple rabbits floating around. But yeah, the geckos are around as well.
Right. The geckos go away when the Roadrunners stop by. So, you know,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll be doggone.
Are there any coyotes?
Oh, yeah, and we do have a few coyotes floating around as well.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they don't get their stuff, the Roadrunner, the coyotes don't purchase their stuff off of Acme, do they? that they have these
They
big
get it right
things
from
that they
Walmart.
drop. Yeah,
Yeah, they go right to Walmart here.
That's
you
great,
guys,
Acme.
you guys are sick, though. I'm telling you. Hey, I have two more questions, and this can be twofold. You can both answer this together or separately. But Tommy, do you have a favorite breakdown story when you were playing on the road with any band? Do you have something that's kind of funny, hilarious that you can share with us?
Yikes! I've got a couple.
Are you able to tell them on the air? Or?
Yeah,
No, I mean, that's the thing.
That's a quickie.
G-rated,
You know,
preferably.
I'll say this. Probably the best one, and I'll give you as many details as I can. We broke down leaving a gig with the News, and we happened to break down right around Toledo, Ohio.
Oh.
So, if you know Mr. Bob Earl and the whole family.
Oh, sure do.
Right. His dad and the family had a transmission shop, right?
Oh.
So we said, hey, our transmission shop. You know, his wife came by and brought us breakfast, and they had the truck towed, and we got a van, so they helped us out of this big jam. So about 2 weeks later, you know, Tommy Pachano gets the call that the van's ready, and Bob Earl had said, yeah, I found an interesting CD in the player. So that was a bit of comedy we listened to. So that's probably one of the funniest stories. You might have to ask Bob about that one.
Well, you know what? We have Bob. He's going to be scheduled for an interview, I think, sometime around August or September. He gave me some recordings, handed them off to us over here in Cleveland, Ohio at USPA. We had him in the room, and he was chatting with Carolyn Michalski and Joyce and Frank and everybody. But he gave us a couple of CDs. One of them is the Imperials of Toledo, which I believe his dad performed with.
Yep.
And then we also have a couple of his stuff as well that we're going to be playing during the course of time that we interview him on the broadcasts here as well. So Felicia,
That's exciting, wasn't it? His dad, who was just inducted into the Hall of Fame, yes?
Yes, he made it. Yes, he did.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Well deserved, long overdue, as they say, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And also, Felicia, how about you? I mean, you've traveled a lot. And first of all, I don't know if I'm going to offend you by saying this. I hope I don't. But you are a nurse. You're in the medical industry,
Yes.
are you not?
Correct.
Can we say thank you for all that you did during COVID? I mean, I'm going to get a little mushy here and a little nostalgic, but you know, you guys really did a lot of stuff above and beyond, and you didn't get the recognition for it, and you really do deserve that.
Well, thank you, Robin. And you know, anybody who's in the nursing industry, we don't do the work for the recognition. We do it because we love it, and it's all about helping the patients. But thank you for that. I remember working full time at dialysis, and then picking up a shift or two doing vaccines at the Cardinal Stadium or where the Coyotes were playing. So that was an interesting schedule. I don't think I could do that again. I'm a little older now. I like my full time.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you deserve the kudos, the recognition for that. An amazing person. Anybody that is able to do that, whether you're in the medical industry or, well, actually the hospital industry as well, or the electronics of the machines that keep people alive as well. It's just amazing what you did. But now I'm going to ask you. You traveled for a good bit. Do you have any funny breakdown stories that you can share? Either maybe a story with Tommy or with Mom or your sis or anybody?
What I might deflect to is when Tommy was moving out to Arizona.
Okay.
And
this is going to be good.
Fly out, and we're helping him. We got a moving company hired for all the big furniture, and then he and I are driving, and we go to just top off the gas tank, and he's checking the oil, and we're on the road maybe an hour, and Tommy just says, yeah, I hope the tires are okay. And I go, what do you mean you hope the tires are okay? You've had them checked, rotated, and he goes, no, I haven't had the tires looked at in like 6 months. And you should have seen the look that I gave him. And next thing I know, on my phone, I looked up discount tires, and somewhere in Ohio, we actually stopped, and I bought him four new tires for the trip.
Yeah, my tires were shot, and I'm like, I got like 2,200 miles to go. Yeah, they were shot.
Oh, and also his car, that trip, he had a spindle of CDs. His CD player didn't work.
Yeah.
The whole trip.
Oh, jeez.
So it was whatever radio we could catch.
That's murder.
Yeah.
That's just downright murder if you have all those CDs and you're not able to play them. Oh, gosh.
So I laughed at, everybody's a big mud on the tires fan of Tommy's. He got 4 new tires in Ohio.
Beautiful. That sounds like an
And we made
obedic.
it. The trip was good.
made it.
I'll never do it again. That's a long drive, but I'll never do that again.
It's a long drive when you don't have CDs to listen to.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy, that sounds like a good obedic. I got 4 new tires in Ohio.
I like it.
Whether it be an instrumental or a vocal, but yeah, that would be great.
Something. We'll reach out to Johnny for some guitar parts. He'll
there you go.
start working on that.
Again, he's incredible for a lot of that stuff that he did on the news recordings. And again, I got to commend you kids on that Praise in Polkas CD. That thing has just sold like hotcakes, and it still continues to do. It's going to be on everybody's Christmas list this year as well, now that everybody kind of got a chance to get their feet wet, legs wet, whatever, lips wet, to be able to get that. Well, the thing is, too, now I'm going to share this. Actually, I'm going to let Jerry share this with you guys. Check this out. When she was with Mom, and I'm sure she's going to hold this together.
I'm going to try to.
We lost Mom in October of last year.
Shortly before that, I had sent my sister a copy. I had gotten the CD and enjoyed it so much, I had sent my sister a copy of it. And the last few days, we didn't want a whole bunch of ruckus in the background or anything. But Mom really loved polkas, so we put in the Praise in Polkas. And one of the last things that she did was she was sitting in her wheelchair, tapping her foot to the CD. So it has extra meaning to us all the way. And, we appreciate, and I haven't listened to a regular radio station since I got back from there. It's either my polkas or I'm listening to a Christian station now that plays all type of different genres of Christian music, which I find absolutely amazing. And I'm like, they got to get Praise and Polka on there too, because that would be perfect for the radio station. But it really meant a lot because I had the best of both worlds. Try that again. And, and Mom just appreciated the music playing, and it wasn't in your face, and she was just tapping her foot and enjoying the CD. So it is definitely one of my favorite CDs that I always have in my car.
Yeah.
Wow, Jerry, thank you very much for letting us know that, and thank you for everybody listening and all the nice comments and everything. We appreciate it. Big shout out to Mr. John Zelasco, Hall of Famer. What a masterpiece. I enjoyed playing on it. Everybody did a great job up and down the board on this thing. So just happy to be part of it, guys. It's special to us too, and just love hearing these stories.
Yeah, the Bison family, I'm sure they are just beaming, knowing that Mom was listening to that CD. I know they had this idea years ago, and it took such a tremendous effort to get it all together. But then when you hear the end product, all the blood, sweat, and tears was worth it.
Yes, absolutely.
And what's fun is having people driving down the road singing those songs. And would you have ever dreamed that people would be singing like Christian songs to polkas while they're driving to an event, whether it be a Springs or a Milwaukee Fest or whatever?
I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner, Robin. So I'm glad it finally did. I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. Country music crosses over into Christian music a lot. Jerry, we listen to some Christian music here too as well. So it all crosses over. I'm just surprised it took so long.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, so in closing, I've got to ask you both, and you can do your own individual thing on this, but let's start out with Felicia first. Felicia, what advice would you give to someone that wants to get started in a musical career, whether they want to be a vocalist, an instrumentalist, they want to play an instrument or whatever? What advice would Felicia give to that person?
If you have that instinct, listen to it. Go take a class. Go talk to a fellow musician. I mean, in 4th grade, I got introduced to the recorder. So that was my first exposure. And that's how I learned to read music. And then learned that, wow, there's other instruments. Just if you're curious, if you have that little voice in your head, you have to listen to it. Just absolutely go take a lesson, and I think you'll be quite surprised.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, Tommy, how about you? What's your thought?
Yeah. Well, I can use a couple people that as an example. For myself, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, there were always instruments like laying around the house. So if you're fortunate to try a few different instruments just starting off, you might not like the saxophone at first, so I would try the accordion or try a piano. Try all different kinds of things is what I'd recommend. There's a lot of multi-talented guys out there right now. Seabass, Sebastian Bukowski, Kevin Altenberg, like he's my age. Maddie Wasinski can play all kinds of stuff. Robin, yourself, you dabbled in all kinds of stuff, so you know how this works, right? If you can hear it, try it. If it interests you, try it. Don't just stick to one thing. I'd say try whatever you can get your hands on.
Yeah, gotcha. Great advice, kids. And, we want to say hello to Danny Novak. Dan is my brother-in-law, Jerry's brother, and he is in town. He comes in for 2 weeks around this time from New Mexico, and he is in and he's tuning in today as well. And we are going on Thursday, the family, him, his 3 sisters, going to the cemetery because we finally got Mom's marker, and we're going to be kind of unveiling that with everybody on Thursday afternoon. Jerry's sister's coming in from North Carolina at about 11, and her other sister, Jackie, of course, lives right around here, so it's going to be nice just to celebrate Mom all over again. And it's Tommy, you know exactly what that is because you celebrate Mom a lot. Sonny, Johnny, you guys all made Mom happy and made her proud. Let me tell you that.
Well, thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. And again, congratulations to you guys. You're doing a wonderful job for Polkas, not only just in Buffalo, but with a national following. This is great. So congratulations to you guys as well.
Yeah, we love it. Hey, again, thanks so much, guys. We love you. You know that. Jerry and I are going to plan a trip. We do promise that we're going to plan a trip out to Arizona for one of those weekends. Can't really say for sure. It might be the November thing. Are you guys back in Arizona, Tommy, with the news?
I want to mention this.
Please.
We'll give you a quick rundown. Can I give you a quick rundown of the schedule?
You sure can. You go, wait, whoa. What do you mean schedule? You guys are back hitting the road again?
No, I was going to read you the Pulaski Club
That's
schedule.
perfect. We need that too.
That's even better. You go right ahead.
We'll just send a big shout out. November 15th and 16th. That's the news reunion out here at the Pulaski Club, November 15 and 16. And just a little shout out to those listening. If you can make it out, that's fantastic. And some of us are trying to stick around a little later after that weekend. So the following week, like the 17th, 18th, there might be something going on over here at the house. I want to see, get some people out for a big old shebang. So the news weekend, 14th and 15th, 15th and 16th.
15th and 16th, okay.
Whatever.
And then
that's all right.
Sometime after that as well. Hope to see everybody out here.
Now, if you guys have something over at your place, are you going to have like a bounce house or some kind of carnival games or whatever, or is it just going to be hanging out and drinking? Because I don't drink anymore.
Oh, I don't either, Rob.
Sweet.
You got to hang out with me then.
There you go. Yeah, because Jerry and Tommy and everybody else will be there. Dave, Bonk, and
I'm thinking
Princess.
Dunk Tank.
Dunk
Oh,
Well, you got a pool. Do you need a
Oh,
dunk
there-
tank too?
You can maybe,
just fine. Little dunk tank gang.
fly people over in a helicopter, suspend them, and then just shoot the rope. That'll be it. That'll be the dunk tank. Hey, again,
I got
guys,
it.
we can't thank you enough for spending this last 45 minutes with us. It's
Great.
priceless.
Thank you, Robin.
Blast.
Thank you, guys.
It's priceless. I'm glad that we did finally get a chance to
Yes.
do that after 3 years of bugging you guys. And don't forget, it's going to be on YouTube forever and a day. It'll be erased probably within 30 days. I think Facebook now is only keeping videos for 30 days, but it'll be on on YouTube forever and a day under Tommy Wanderlich and Felicia DeKarski interview. So just go
Wonderful.
ahead and look that up. Hey, thanks again. We love you guys. You have yourself a great week ahead.
You too. Thank you again for this. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And get back to Polkas After Dark.
There you
Cheers.
go. All right. Cheers. Hey, so that was Tommy and Felicia. And here is Felicia DeKarski singing with Seabass. You know, we mentioned this during the interview. And here is a really cool song, When Christmas Comes to Town. And again, we got to thank our dear friend out there, Linda Petrozeski from Niagara Falls, who kind of said, make sure you guys get this for Christmas, which we did, and it came in very, very handy today. Here's the tune featuring Felicia and Seabass.
I'm wishing on a star and trying to believe that even though it's far, he'll find me Christmas Eve. I guess that Santa's busy, 'cause he's never come around. I think of him when Christmas comes to town.
The best time of the year, when everyone comes home with all this Christmas cheer. It's hard to be alone, putting up the Christmas tree with friends who come around. It's so much fun when Christmas comes to town. Presents for the children, wrapped in red and green.
All the things I've heard about
unbelievable,
Such a
Jerry, that
pretty
they were in two separate states
Pretty
singing
song.
that. And Tommy, of course, helped put that together. What an amazing dude he is. So glad to call him my friend and part of my musical family, that's for sure. Speaking of the musical family, we also mentioned this earlier. Thank you to John Lawrence, aka Johnny Wanderlich, for getting us this song. He sent it to us in Dropbox, I think, as a matter of fact, or maybe just a straight email a couple of weeks ago. But here is a tune called a Matka Waltz, and this is John Gura, but it's featuring all three, count them, all three of the Wanderlich brothers, Sonny, Johnny, and Tommy. And check this out, kids.
Po polsku mówiła, nigdy nie zapomnę.
Gypsy guys for sure. That's the Wanderlichs, all three of them, baby.
Three.
Yeah, playing the lovely Matka Waltz with John Gura's band. Hey, you know, speaking of JG, John Gura, how about we bring up saxophone player extraordinaire, Tommy, and have him do a song with you, for you guys, called Your Maza Polka. Hey, we're going to say a big shout out to a bunch of people here. Jan Dressler, she's here. Also to Johnny Kravich. Hello to you. Your second mom, Miss Gavrinsky, is here. And we got some more coming up. Let's see. We also have the lovely Debbie Rymanowski and the captain of the Haruku's Hellraisers. Tyler Wasomski's here. Linda Maurer. Hello to you, Linda. Let's see, who else is here? Andrew Haverlick, Maria A. Blasting. Of course, Brother Dan. We'll probably try to see him a little bit later on this evening. Let's see, Dennis Musovich is here, Gene Soika, Brian Hill, lots of great people here. Yeah, how about another news tune while we're coming at you guys? Hey, it is 6:31 Eastern Time here from Buffalo, New York area. We do thank you ever so much for putting us on. As Jerry and I always say around this time, if you've been tuning us in and listening from your car,
thanks for the ride.
If you're listening from your boat or your motorhome and you're driving around, maybe you're catching us
thanks
on a plane.
Thanks for the seasickness.
Really?
You said boat.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
You're not very good with the...
And airplane is thanks for the high.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
I remember that one.
There you go. Okay. Hey, now here's Jerry to remind you that you're watching Polkas After Dark.
Hey, kids, looking for something to do
nope,
on
that's
the
me.
weekend?
Sorry.
Well, look no further. Join Jerry and I on Polkas After Dark on YouTube.com every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 5 to 7. Right here. This is where the crazy people meet on the weekend to have fun, and if you're crazy just like us, then you've come to the right place. Polkas After Dark, YouTube.com.
This is where the crazy people meet on the weekends to have fun, and if you're crazy just like us, then you've come to the right place. You're watching Polkas After Dark live on YouTube.com. She's so cute.
I guess. You know, that big AI stuff, that is just amazing. You know, you guys are seeing that all over Facebook and Reels and YouTube, where these little babies are actually doing skits. One of my favorites is the comedians.
Yes, we were just watching Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I can't remember his name.
Hey, that's okay. We will figure it out at some point.
Don't
Not
matter.
Andrew Dice Clay. No, you
no,
don't.
no,
you don't
not
wanna,
him. It was the other
don't
one.
wanna bring that
Carlin.
one up.
George
Oh,
Carlin.
George Carlin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another
That
great
was
one.
a cute one.
Hey,
Yeah.
Donna Zielinski's here once again to you. Happy birthday. Hope you had fun last night. We did get a chance to call her, talk to her, and sing to her. Very bad rendition of Happy Birthday, which she will remember forever and a day. Edu Wiley is here. Hello to you, Edu. Kevin Pilarski is joining us. And also, it looks like Janice Kuchmarski. So hello to you, Janice.
We
Go
are
ahead.
also going to say hello to
Please.
Janet Dilly.
Yeah, she's
and
back.
Jill Cherniak and Jeff Yosh was hanging out with us during the interview. And Audrey Pelkowski and Teresa Went. Dare Bear joined us. Bobby Calvert, Jane Pfeiffer, Tommy and Sharon Golden. And they were all hanging out during the interview. We're so glad that you were here with us.
Audrey Pelkowski. I am trying to
Pelchinsky.
Pelchinsky. There you go. That's a little better.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, so Bobby Calvert said he will definitely be tuned in to Mr. Benkowski.
Nice.
He rode around in a golf cart last Monday while Richie and Brian Thompson were golfing. Wow.
Nice.
That would be another guy to get a hold of, but I don't have any way to get a hold of Brian because he would definitely have a lot of stories to share with us with Polkas After Dark. So Bobby, if you have a chance, or anybody that has access to Mr. Brian Thompson, make sure you give him my telephone number, or at least, I don't know if he's on Facebook or not. I'd have to find out. But give him my phone number, because that would be a lot of fun to bring him on and chat with him. Polkas After Dark. Go ahead.
One more quick reminder.
Sure.
You guys got 8 more days to get your tickets for that Buffalo Polka Boosters 55th Annual Summer Picnic.
Ooh.
Give Chris a call at 716-771-1076 or Tommy at 716-395-3110.
And again, you can only call Tommy because he works during the day and he sleeps during the afternoon. You can only call him between midnight and 8 in the morning. Midnight 6, I'd say, in the morning. That's always fun. He's gonna kill me. Oh. Hey, here's a song that Mr. Wanderlich was talking about with the news. Here's one featuring Mr. Burka on the vocal. Here's one called My First Kiss Polka on Polkas After Dark.
As the boy, our treehouse had a sign that said no girls allowed. Many secrets you share with friends, there's one you can't tell to the crowd. Till one day, I didn't need my friends to play, and when they asked, where have you been? I told them I was out with my new friend. Thinking of that magic moment many years ago, young and shy, but I was old enough to know. Funny feelings in your stomach, moving close to her, stopping only for a moment, finding out for sure. My first kiss was short and sweet, a lasting memory that you can't repeat. There she is. What should I do? How do I know she wants to too? Here she comes. Do I close my eyes and hope it's over soon? Now's the time. I know she's there. Just one more chance to change my mind. Am I a man? It's not so bad. In fact, it felt just fine. Thinking of that magic moment many years ago, young and shy, but I was old enough to know. Funny feelings in your stomach, moving close to her, stopping only for a moment, finding out for sure. My first kiss was short and sweet, a lasting memory that you can't repeat.
The number one polka party, 50 years and counting. That's right, we're celebrating 50 years at the Polka Fireworks at the Seven Springs Mountain Resort. Make plans today to join us July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th with this year's musical entertainment by Lenny Gomolka and the Chicago Push, Frankie Lishka's Blue Magic, The Beat, Buffalo's Concertina All-Stars, the Dynabrass, Crusade, John Gura, Larry Trojak's Live It Up, the Maestro Men, the Polka Family, and also Ryan Joseph from Nashville and his All-Star Jam Band. There's going to be the Litwin Concertina Jam, volleyball tournament, so don't wait. Make your room reservations today by calling the Seven Springs at 855-947-0438, and don't forget to ask about the Polka Fireworks room rate. You can give Bel Air a call at 708-594-5182. Make plans today to join us for the 50th anniversary of the Polka Fireworks, taking place at the Seven Springs Mountain Resort.
That is going to be a biggie, folks, but you already know that. The 50th anniversary of the Polka Fireworks coming up the 4th of July weekend, I should say, July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And again, as we always say, if you haven't made your reservations, shame on you. Get out there and do it right now. Hey, we've got something that we want to share with you. Here is Mr. Kenny Olwin talking about a little bit of Zabava.
Zabava! Like Zabava. We like Zabava. Our favorite Polish band. Yes, it's our Holy Trinity Zabava, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in Erie, featuring the award-winning Dynabrass on Friday night, the Marvels and Cosmics on Saturday afternoon, Dennis Poliski and the Maestros Band on Saturday night, and the Polka Country Musicians on Sunday. Don't miss all the wonderful homemade Polish food you love so much. Free parking with shuttle service, and of course, free admission. Come and enjoy beautiful Erie, PA, and our Holy Trinity Zabava at 23rd and Reed in Erie, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We'll have a party, so come out to Erie. You'll make some new friends too. High and up on Yeti who loves the Baba. It's our favorite Polish fest.
Yeah, Jerry and I are going to be heading down there Friday to see the fabulous Dynabrass, and we sure hope that you're able to join us as well. Polkas After Dark, folks, we are going to be ending about 15 minutes early because Jerry's brother, you heard us say, is in town, and he rents a cottage down in Sunset Bay. So we're going to go down and hang out with him a little bit right directly after dinner. So Danny, make sure you got all the drinks and everything ready, at least for your sis anyhow. And I'll take an NA beer. Why not that? Here's another song by The News. Here's one called Baby's Coming Home. Hey, don't forget to join us next week, Saturday, when Rich DeKarski joins us. He's going to be talking about the Litwin Concertina Jam over at Seven Springs.
The wait is finally over. 9 months seem forever. So the walls have been painted, cribs decorated, signs says welcome home. There's such anticipation. Your arrival will bring elation. And today is the first day you'll start your new life. having so much fun. A kiss and have a good night. I'll turn on your nightlight. So my goodbye, baby. There ain't no maybe. Baby's finally home. Through the tears and the laughter, here ever after. Baby's finally home.
Oh, yeah. Hey, one more time for this one.